guys. Ready? Let's have the defenders here. Three defenders. Everybody with the ball here. Now.
There's a view of the beautiful mountains here around the San Bernardino Soccer Complex. It's the Chevrolet State Cup 2001. I'm Greg Porter for George Landman Video Sports Productions with George on the camera. And this game features a championship. It's the Del Mar Sharks versus FC Barcelona. We're going to go ahead and start off with the lineup. For first, the Del Mar Sharks. They are head coached by Jeff Ellingsworth and a team manager director, Jill Wolfenson. Number 1 will be Derek Disney. He'll be in the goal. Number 2 will be midfielder Joshua Nebelson. Number 3 will be defender Blake Bussey. Number 4 will be the center mid Dan Crisandre Delgado. Number 6 will be the forward Victor Omada. Number 8 will be midfielder Josh Netter. Number 9 will be midfielder Danny Strokas. Number 10 will be the sweeper Brian Moynihan. Number 11 will be midfielder Jordan Zion. Number 12 will be midfielder forward Zach Wolfenson. Number 13 will be the defender Parker Houston. Number 14 will be forward Freddie Alcaraz. And number 15 will be the forward Scotty Duncan. And now let's get the lineup for FC Barcelona. Their goalie will be Luis Rangel. Number 2 will be midfielder Michael McCormick. Number 3 will be sweeper center mid Marco Franco. Number 4 will be Abraham Olivia. He's at right marking back. Number 5 at left center mid marking back Curtis Delahook. Number 6 will be the center forward Ludwig Burbion. Number 7 will be the center forward right midfielder Antonio Benitez. Number 8 will be marking back midfielder Christian Howergy. Number 9 will be center forward midfielder Leonardo Guerrera. Number 11 will be left midfielder Robert Garcia. Number 12 will be the marking back Fernando Nunez. And number 14 will be the center midfielder, center forward, Cesar Rodriguez. And that is the lineup for FC Barcelona. And we're getting ready to see both of the teams that are going to follow the center ref and the linesmen for this championship game in the boys under 9 to the middle of the field. FC Barcelona on the right of your picture and the Del Mar Sharks on their left. Two teams that worked their way from the Tidelands Park in Coronado, California, down in San Diego, right there in that beautiful scenery with the bridge, looking at the city. And first 3 rounds, both of these two teams beating the teams they had to play. We'll talk more about that. And then getting here to the championship game.
That's the regular game. Is it play-by-play? Hey, Tracy.
As you see, both of the two teams waving to their parents, their brothers and sisters, and now they wave to the coaches who have helped instruct them to get here to the championship game. We'll be back with the starting of the game between FC Barcelona and the Del Mar Sharks.
No.
There's a good look at the snow-capped Peak Mountains just directly north of us here at the San Bernardino Soccer Complex. Again, as I mentioned, play started at the Tidelands, and now we are here in the championship game of the State Cup 2001. FC Barcelona will be going from the left to right on your picture screen, and from right to left will be the Del Mar Sharks. The Sharks, of course, in the blue, with the blue numbers and the blue shorts and a yellow trim. And, of course, FC Barcelona there in a red and blue and a blue shorts. The ball is played now to 18-yard box, and coming out for the Del Mar Sharks is goalie Derek Disney. And Disney gets it past midfield now. Here's Olivia sends it down, and Disney makes the save.
Nice ball. Go, be going it.
Ball in the middle now. Both teams trying to win it, and Rodriguez has it to the outside. Guerrero touch it. Now Rodriguez in the middle of the field. Now running onto it is Josh Netter. Netter headmans it up to his teammate down the middle. And stolen away to the near side. Winning it now quickly as Ahumada, and now it is kicked back over the head of a couple of players down to the middle of the field. Running onto it now, Guerrera to the outside. Leonardo still on the ball. Leonardo makes a nice move, using his body to defend against the player, trying to get it. He's on it again now, in the middle of the field, and he gets it over to his teammate, Howard G, but it's stolen away. Coming back with his Josh Netter. Netter trying to get around a defender, can't do it. It pops up in the air, still going in the right direction for the Sharks. Running onto it is Ahumada. Ahumada, crossing pass, and it hits the side of the net. Victor Ahumada tried a crossing pass or a shot, and it was just a little bit wide. So now off the goal kick, back come Barcelona. FC trying to put the pressure on, as you see Cesar Rodriguez trying to chase it down. A pass a little bit too far for him, and it'll be a throw-in for FC. This one's sent in the 18-yard box. Oh, miss and a try, though. Nice try by Antonio Benitez. Benitez was right there in front of Derek Disney, and Disney laid his body out, though, for it to make it a little bit tougher of a shot, but he just missed it on that try, Benitez. Here's the goal kick to midfield. Trying to win it, and now FC Barcelona does. To the outside, a quick touch by Benitez. Stolen away. Cesar Rodriguez. Coming up into space is Curtis Delahook. Delahook in the corner, and it is picked past the goal line. Nice defensive play by Brian Moynihan, the sweeper. And now back the other way, and a save is made by Luis Rangel. Back with it. Trying to make the move. lost the soccer ball and a whistle. The center ref, John Buckley, instructing some of the parents to move back a little bit from the line on near side. Harry Hamilton and Don Raduluscu. Mr. Raduluscu is on the other side. The lineman now down the middle, chasing after it, putting pressure there as Rodriguez is blocked. Cesar Rodriguez, another blast, and he just missed it from the corner. Nice effort and hustle by Cesar Rodriguez. Very good action up and down for both teams in his boys under-9 championship in the State Cup 2001. FC Barcelona, they beat the Aztecs 8-0 in the opening round of play at Tylen's Park. Then they beat the Jusa Select to get here in a round of 8, 5-0. And then they got to the semis and they played the Celtic and they beat them 1-0. On the other end of the ledger, the Del Mar Sharks, who are putting pressure now to the outside, kicked out of play by Marco Franco. The Sharks got here by beating the Surf White in the opening round of action at the Tylen's Park at Coronado 3-0. And then they beat the Paladores Blue 4-2 in the round of 8 over there at Coronado. And then in the semis, they beat the SC Crusaders. The Crusaders were a team that had not been scored upon going into that semifinal game against the Sharks, and the Sharks beat them by a score of 2-0. Ball centered to the middle of the field now. Stolen away, and now running onto it is Howard G. Howard G coming down the middle. Stolen away back to the middle of the field now. Delgado. Delgado works it to the wide side. Or rather, it was Delahook working it to the wide side. Down to the middle of the field now. Quick touch. Rodriguez. Still winning the play of the touches. And here comes Rodriguez, but coming over to make a nice play was Parker Houston. And Houston kicks it out of play. Good defensive play into space by Parker Houston, who came over at the last moment because Rodriguez definitely had some space on the play. The throw in. FC Barcelona now. And it's quickly won by Zach Wolfenson, and he sends it across midfield and all the way down to the defensive half for FC Barcelona, so they'll throw it in. No score in a soccer match. Championship game between the Sharks and FC Barcelona.
Come on, Zach.
And we have a whistle. Going to be an indirect free kick. Taking it, Curtis Delahook. But it is run on quickly. Nice job by Josh Netter. Netter anticipating where that ball was going to go. Howard G. and coming over, make a good defensive play, and the ball goes out of play. Howard G. had a little bit of space, just a few yards of the 18-yard box. Notice it is not an 18-yard box on this size field. It's just, when we say 18-yard box, we're talking about the huge regulation international field. The collision, and they play on now to the near side. Oliva hustling, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Sharks. Ball to the center now. Moving down, nice pass by Guerrera to the outside to Rodriguez. Kicked out of play, and it'll be a throw-in. Abraham Oliva to throw it in. Oliva.
White ball.
Carams over to Rodriguez. Going to be a throw-in now. Here's Oliva. Oliva decides to cross, And it's a shot, actually, and a save by Disney. Derek Disney gives it a kick, and it went off of his teammate, Victor Ahumada. And Ahumada's shot went right there to Rangel, and Rangel had to make the save. Boy, when you're a keeper and you get a long goal kick like that and then have your striker touch it and it goes right towards the goalie, you are getting everything you're trying to get out of that play for your team. Coming in now, FC Barcelona. Man, we have some instruction on the far side. Take a timeout just for a moment. And back to live action. Moving down the middle, and it goes over to Ahumada. Ahumada to the outside now. Jordan Zion is on it. Zion to the outside. Zion still on the ball. Centers it. Stolen away now. And back with it, FC Barcelona.
Good call, Ref. Good call, linesman. Left side.
23 Dan Delgado.
Good ball, Brian.
Jordan Zion.
Come up, somebody.
Ball being played now by Parker Houston and stolen away. On the advance, Guerrera. Kicked out of play. Nice job by Parker Houston. It's going to be a throw-in. FC Barcelona with a throw-in, no score. In the attacking area. Trying to see if they can get a play on the net. This one inside the 18-yard box. Coming back to make the play, Ahumada. Now his teammate to the outside, Jordan Zion. And Zion had to make that play on a rushing Marco Franco. Otherwise, Franco has a breakaway to the outside. Throw in now. Throwing it in. Curtis Delahook. Delahook, it goes off the foot of Delgado and out of play. Another throw in for FC. Curtis Delahook will take it just past midfield in his own defensive half. On a bounce, not a player there, so it is sent back over his head and into the defensive half. Running after it now is Verbian. Intercepted midfield, still trying to put the pressure on it was Bussey. And now a quick pass by Delahook. It's intercepted. And now here's a long ball played, but Derek Disney has it, and Disney strikes it on a bounce past midfield. It goes out of play. Still no score in the first half. Two great teams here in the championship of the boys under 9. A throw in, FC Barcelona. Dan Delgado now. Intercepted. A missed try there by Howard G. And it goes in their own defensive third now. That'll be a throw in.
Go, Sharks.
Sharks with a throw in. Near side. Try by Josh Netter. And it is now going to be a goal kick.
Back up a step so I can see down the touchline. Thank you.
And we have a substitution in the contest.
Number 8, White is out. 8, White.
Josh Netter comes out of the contest. Freddie Alcaraz comes in now. I believe Antonio Benitez is back in the contest now for FC Barcelona. Anyway, if we didn't get the numbers that came in, you will hear them as they strike the ball or make contact with a soccer ball out there. Dan Delgado. Delgado in the 18-yard box. He left for the scoring the goal. He's had some touches in this game, but he just hasn't had the opportunity. The opportunity presented itself there in the 18-yard box. Nobody to mark him, and he left-footed it, and it's 1-0. The Sharks lead out back the other way. Quickly as FC Barcelona trying to apply pressure. Jordan Zion, you always see that, it seems, in a sporting, especially like in the fast-moving sporting events. You see that all the time in hockey. It seems like after a team scores on them, they go nuts, and the other team that got scored on is about ready to score a goal to equal it up. To the near side now, and it'll be a throw-in. Abraham Oliva. Throw it in the 18-yard box. Down the middle, but a save by Disney on a shot by Guerrera. Disney, who has been getting good goal kicks. Disney, it goes off the foot of his defender, and a save by Rangel. To the outside now, and it's kicked out of play.
Let's put one more in.
Going to be a throw-in. Remember, it's 25-minute halves here at the boys under 9. And we are getting closer and closer towards that halftime period. In a semicircle now, running onto it is Alcaraz. Cannot contain it, but it's still in the attacking area, a miss. Alcaraz to Delgado, but he cannot continue forward as two defenders were there to mark it. Nice job that time by Parker Houston to come up into space. It'll be a throw-in now. Throw-in by Cesar Rodriguez. Rodriguez from his own half. It goes on to the foot of Guerrera. Guerrera with one man there. And now here's a long blast up in the air. Go, 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 go! Rodriguez a goal! Cesar Rodriguez, and it is 1-1. A long blast over Derek Disney, and when you're that young, it's tough to get up to the crossbar, and he got it in there. That's what makes this game of soccer so special, and it's wonderful to watch at this age, especially when you see the skill level of these players right there, and you see it with Freddie Alcaraz trying his dribbling moves with a soccer ball. Now it ends up as it's kicked out. Alcaraz hustling again. 1-1 is your score. Here in the first half, a throw over in a corner now. Obviously, you can tell now this is not one of those games that you can just go away from. You're going to have to watch it all the way through to the final seconds. Here's Delgado trying to dribble around. He makes a nice move. Delgado has it, left foot's it down the middle, but it's a little bit too far for his teammate, Ahumada. And Victor wishes that ball would have been slowed up a little bit so he could run onto it, because he would have had a nice opportunity. To the outside, Dela Hook. Curtis getting it up in the air. Quickly, it was touched by Rodriguez. And another touch to the outside, kicked out of play by Bussey. And Blake says, I'm going to get into space and get this one out of danger and get some help back here. Going to be a throw-in now. Curtis Delahook. 1-1 score here at the San Bernardino Soccer Complex. It goes to Disney. Disney almost gave up a rebound there. So crucial there to get to that rebound, and he did. Alcaraz, the pass is done, and it just missed. And it's going to be a corner kick. Alcaraz, nice pass on a quick turn on a counter to Ahumada, and he just missed the post.
Everybody back. I need to be able to see down the
And now here goes the corner kick. Set piece try for the youngsters from Del Mar, northern part of San Diego County. On a line drive, a quick touch on the side by Rangel. Luis Rangel made the save. He had to quickly go to the ground and reach out his hand and grab the soccer ball, and it was there for him. Otherwise, it would have been 2-1. Kicked out of play. 1-1 your score in a beautiful game here on a Saturday, part of President's Day weekend. We were in Sereno Soccer Classic for the Martin Luther King weekend, and that was beautiful tournament play over there for 3 days. Last month. We have a timeout, and one of the players coming into the contest now is number 6, and that's Ludwig Berbian for FC Barcelona. Well, Berbian is in a contest. Goes to midfield, touched by FC Barcelona player to the near side. You get a look at Antonio Benitez, but it's stolen away quickly by Parker Houston, who centers it up to his teammate Ahumada, but it went a little past him. But coming in his space is Delgado. Nice bicycle type kick again, and I believe that was Rodriguez. Beautiful play in the middle of the field. Gotta love it when you see youngsters learning at this level, because you know that you're going to see more of it as they get older. Coming out of the contest is Robert Garcia, or rather Jordan Zion for the Sharks. And now Danny Strokis is into the contest. The ball with the red lettering of 2001 on it. And the swoosh, the Nike swoosh, thrown into play. Now play in the middle of the field now. And it's struck on a bounce towards Disney, and Disney makes the save by Curtis Delahook on a long try. Down the middle, Delgado to his teammate, Ahumada. Ahumada tried to pass to his teammate to the outside, and I believe that's Strokis, but it was a little bit too far, and now it's kicked out of play. Dan Raduluscu giving the linesman signal. It is outside the field of play. Pass the touchline, throw in now, and then kicked off of a Sharks player. And now FC Barcelona in their own half, a throw in. Still in the first half of action. 1-1 score, the outside. So they'll try to contain it with the Sharks. Instead, FC Barcelona, they win it with Curtis Delahook sending a long ball down. Trying to stay on it there was Berbian, but he fell down, but it goes to the middle of the field now. Berbian will get another try at it. Ludwig cannot control it, stole it off his foot. It rolls over to Rodriguez. He'll control it, and he sends it to the wide side. In the attacking third now to Antonio Benitez. He makes a roll around the defender. Benitez, a crossing pass to Rodriguez. Cesar looking again for Benitez, but coming into space nicely was Alcaraz. He sends the long ball up. Running after is Ahumada. Victor Ahumada in the corner, and he's just going to take a shot. And that one is a save by Luis Rangel to the outside to Delahook. Delahook advancing. Delahook on the ball across midfield to his teammate, and Disney comes off the line. He doesn't want that ball to end up over in the corner, making a nice decision. Back the other way, and it's kicked out by FC. Nice defensive play. It'll be a throw-in now. Freddie Alcaraz. And we have a substitution.
No space.
It looks like substitution is made now, and interception.
Get there, Parker. Deflection.
And after deflection, it goes out. And throw in. Cesar Rodriguez to his teammate. Rodriguez with the right foot. Rodriguez, beautiful pass to Benitez, but it's blocked. Good defensive play, and it kicked out of play. Parker Houston doing a fine job there. Moynihan with his backup. But getting around him there is number 10 for FC Barcelona. Or rather number 7, and that was Benitez. Substitution to the far side. Coming in now. Into the contest, it looks like it's going to be number 12, Zach Wolfenson. So Zach into the contest now as Moynihan off the goal kick. But it's won by FC Barcelona. A good defensive job that time by Freddie Alcaraz, and Alcaraz helping to get the ball in the attacking third. And now it'll be a throw-in. Into the corner now. Alcaraz can't get to it, but this with a long blast, it just was too much on it. The shot by Zach Wolfenson. Zach thinking the same thing that Cesar Rodriguez did, but he had too much on the soccer ball.
Watch it short. He does it every time.
Off the goal kick to Delahook. Delahook to his teammate, to Guerrera. Guerrera cannot control it as it's stolen away by Bussy. Nice job by Bussy over in that space over there. We're within the last moments of the first half of action here. San Bernardino Soccer Complex, the championship of the boys under 9 State Cup 2001. Running on to it. Oliva to the outside. Benitez, but he ran out of room. And that's the whistle. The end of the first half. And you will have an opportunity to hear what the coaches are saying to their players, the Sharks, and FC Barcelona. And then we'll be right back with the action in the second half, so stick around. 1-1, the score at halftime.
Let's go, you guys. Come on.
And we're about ready to get the second half underway. The Del Mar Sharks are going from left to right, and FC Barcelona going from right to left. And there's the whistle starting the second half. Let's get the scoring in the first half. The first goal of the game was by Dan Cris Andre Delgado in the 18-yard box, and it was 1-0 in favor of the Del Mar Sharks. But then later on, Cesar Rodriguez on a long goal tied it up. And that was the scoring in the first half, 1-1, as Disney makes a save. And he has been a man who is getting very long distance on his goal kick, and this one is not touched by a player, but by Rangel. And he swings it to the left side of the offense to Delahook. Delahook cross midfield, quickly touched by Moynihan, and he sends it back. And Rangel gets it and sends it down. His teammate now, Howard G. Howard G on the ball, and he just missed the near post. Christian Howard G. Nice try on that effort for FC Barcelona. Going to be a goal kick for the Elmar Sharks. The Sharks, home of the Fog Dog Surf Cup, most prestigious tournament in California. International variety, teams coming from England playing a big Fog Dog Surf Cup in July. And they also have another version of it for the young ladies in November. Here's a through ball. Good defensive play that time by Blake Bussey on the attempt by Leonardo Guerrera. And since it goes past the goal line, it'll be a corner kick. Corner kick. And that one was off of Rodriguez, taken away and sent up to midfield now. Ahumada. Delgado, but it's stolen away. He can't control it. Nice move. Changing direction, Howard G. And then running onto it is Rodriguez, but he sent it too far. Howard G into space. Too far, but a touch by Rodriguez, which caroms over the corner. And a try just outside the 18-yard box by Antonio Benitez, and he is down for the moment. They're going to check on him, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. Score is 1-1. We'll be right back. Antonio Benitez going to stay in the contest as he was struck on the part of the leg, and here's a corner kick, and this one, a goal! Delahook, the goal, and it is now 2-1. Curtis on a corner kick, and you don't see too many goals at the young age on corner kicks, but you saw one there. And it is now 2-1. Coming into the contest, Josh Netter. Delahook getting it to his teammate now, Guerrera. And Delahook will throw it in. The whistle. On a goal by Curtis Delahook, Disney was really feeling that the ball, there's no way it could have trickled by and into the net, but it did. He had no chance on that particular play. That was just more advantage the corner kicker, Delahook. As he kicks that one past the goal line, it'll be a goal kick. Sometime in a way, you like to see if the other team's going to get a goal on you after it being a tie ball game. You'd like to see that goal be accomplished early on in the new half rather than later in the half. And that is the case here, as they got plenty of time for the Sharks to tie it up.
Don't let him out. Don't let him out.
On a bounce. Delahook makes a nice move. Delahook finds Delgado, and he's on the other team. Delgado back to Ahumada. It goes past Delgado as a pass by Zach Wolfenson was a nice try, but now he gets it back. Wolfenson to the outside. Good defensive play by Oliva. Going to be a throw-in for the Sharks. A little bit too far for Delgado. Quick touch by FC Barcelona. 2-1-2. Juve to the outside. Benitez, and it is kicked out of play. Good job by the defender marking Benitez on the play. Not allow Benitez to have that extra chance, that extra stride to get the soccer ball and get around him. Would have been a dangerous play for Disney. But here's Delahook, who has been dangerous. He scored a goal here in the opening part of the second half. And it is kicked out. Kicked out by the Sharks, so you get the CK try again. Delahook, another set-piece try for FC Barcelona. On a line drive, intercepted, but Delahook is trying from his left foot, goes the wrong direction past the goal line, and it'll be a goal kick for Del Mar Sharks. Down 2-1 here in the opening part of the second half of action. Again, they play 25-minute halves, and if they're still tied, it'll be 2 10-minute overtime periods. And if they're still tied, it'll be penalty kicks to determine the champion of the boys under 9 in the State Cup 2001. Throw in for FC Barcelona. A header. Parker Houston. Past the touchline. FC throw it in. Up in the air, a header try to keep it going. Howard G. and out. Karam's over to the middle of the field by Guerrera on a line drive. Beautiful play. Coming into space. They've got 3 players in the 18-yard box, still dribbling, and it is kicked out by the defender. They had the numbers there. Did the Sharks and Delahook kicks it past the goal line. Delahook showing his ability to drive the ball. And so that'll be a goal kick for the Sharks. Substitution to the far side. Coming in now for the Sharks, Jordan Zion. So Jordan Zion into the contest. Plays at a midfield position.
Coming to you, Jordy. Get it.
One out by Guerrera. And then over quickly to Rodriguez. But he could not control it as it was kicked out of play by the Sharks, though, and they'll get the throw in. Throw in for FC in the 18-yard box off a Shark player, and it rolls over to Disney. Disney gives it a ride. Teammate can't control it. It goes back to Delgado now. Delgado left foots it to the outside. Alcaraz to Delgado. They work it in the middle, but stolen away. But coming up with Moynihan. Moynihan still on the ball, but it's stolen away as FC has it. And a nice return try by Benitez after it was passed back by Rodriguez. It goes out of play. Actually, it was intercepted and kicked out by a Del Mar Shark player. After the throw-in, FC Barcelona now winning it. The Sharks. The outside. Ahumada. And he was tripped up on the play. Going to be a direct kick. And FC Barcelona, 2 players standing there with the mini wall. Ryan Moynihan, a sweeper. Moynihan, it's on! A goal! Moynihan, a goal! Brian Moynihan gets a goal, and it's all even on a beautiful direct kick that went inside the far post.
Go Sharks! Keep up the pressure! Go Del Mar! Go Jordy! What are you waiting for? Take the ball!
So the direct free kick to the undoing of FC Barcelona. Now it is tied up to the near side, touched off by Bussey. And it'll be a throw-in by a man who scored a goal here in the second half. Delahook. The last 2 goals have gone on set pieces as Rangel makes the save for FC, and he slingshots it to the outside now. Oliva. Been a long time since we've seen 2 consecutive set pieces. be a goal for George Landman Video Sports Productions, but we've seen him here in this boys under-9 championship match from San Bernardino Soccer Complex. And we're going to have a substitution for FC Barcelona as the throw-in occurs. Coming in now is Rafael Verdugo.
There you go, Jordy.
The header by Rodriguez. In the 18-yard box, Delahook heads it out. Verdugo, a swipe of it. But this one is sent on a through ball try, and it's going to go past the goal line. The FC Barcelona now will have the goal kick.
Short. No, the other way, Jordy. There he goes.
Well, I mentioned in the first half, if you were listening, that don't go away because this one's going to go down to the wire, and it has done just that. It's been equal to the billing that it has had for the championship game. Kicked out of play. Good hustle that time. The number 14, Freddie Alcaraz. Throw in, FC Barcelona. Headed out again by the Sharks. Move up a few feet. Throw in now.
Number 9.
Winning it nicely there with Alcaraz. Delahook with his teammates. He wins it with a left foot try. Strong left foot. And he passes it across the field. A touch there by Guerrera. Stolen away. Winning it back is Zion. Zion on a long ball, but it'll be a save by Rangel. Rangel making it a nice play to get away from the two on-rushing players and get to the ball first as the keeper. Here's Delgado in the midfield. Quick touch there. Both teams. Long drive shots. Showing his dribbling ability to turn and a miss. Nice drive by Alcaraz. Alcaraz showing some stuff that he's going to be showing you in the future. Learning how to do it at a young age. And if he would have scored on that, it would have been one of the greatest plays ever. Alcaraz a try here. Rangel gets his body in front of Alcaraz just enough. But somehow on his back, Alcaraz tried to get it into the net. Freddie Alcaraz is in fuego recently. All of a sudden, he's got a burst of energy trying to take the lead in this contest for the Sharks. Oliva now brings it back up. Oliva. You watch these young kids, it's almost like as if the Wheaties kind of kicked in as the sun has warmed up the field. And that last sequence a few moments ago by Alcaraz. Substitutions now. And Alcaraz maybe used too much energy as they're going to get him out of the contest. Give him a little breather, and coming in there now is Joshua Nebelson.
Curly to those who know and love him.
Joshua Curly Nebelson getting opportunity. And if you look at his hair, you'll see the curls. Going in the corner now, Parker Houston and his hustle play has been evident throughout the contest. Not a player really on both sides that has not hustled into this contest, and it's pretty evident that's why they're in the championship. You got to out-hustle the other guy. You got to know how to play as a team, and both of these two teams, the Sharks and Barcelona, know how to do that. And it is going to be an indirect free kick.
Go, Jordy. This is the goal.
Taking it now.
Our post, Brian.
Moynihan. Indirect free kick. Moynihan will take it. That one is a header. And it goes out of play. Header by Howard G. Throw in again the Sharks. Nebelson trying to control. He had a lot of pressure by Oliva. And it went off of him, and it'll be a throw-in. Nebelson it did. Or rather, goal kick. Goal kick for FC Barcelona. De Oliva. Oliva on his line drive. It's intercepted. Stepping into space nicely was Howard G. And a long blast, and this one goes past the goal line. And it will now be a goal kick again for FC Barcelona. Delahook trying to get a line drive past a couple of Sharks players. Didn't get it, though. And stepping nicely was Bussey. Running after it now is Nebelson. Nebelson to the outside. And Curley still on it, and he wins the throw-in for his team. Throw-in, Parker Houston. Moynihan. Moynihan, who has a goal in the contest. Here's the other man who has a goal in the contest, Rodriguez, trying to come down the middle, but they were able to thwart the counterattack. Quick turn there by Verdugo. Comes to the middle of the field, kick to the near side now. Delahook going to keep it in with his left foot. Delahook hooks it to his teammate, Rodriguez, in the middle. He passes it nicely to the outside, a blast, and a touch, and it's on the post, and it was pinned there beautifully for Disney. Beautiful defensive try, an effort by the Sharks. If they don't get that, it's a goal. Trapping it against the goal. It didn't go past the line, and that's what you don't want to happen if you're the Sharks, and they didn't allow that to happen. Still a 2-2 game. Josh Netter in the contest to the whistle. And then we're going to have a direct free kick. Another set piece try now. And Moynihan is going to take it. Remember, he scored in the last one. Ryan Moynihan, a sweeper. 2-2 score. Set piece try.
Running in.
Here's the shot, and it's too far over the goalpost. He tried to the upper corner, and if that one was just down by a few inches, he would have had another goal. Obviously, Ryan Moynihan must be feeling good about his free kick opportunities, especially from that side. The substitution now is coming out is Verdugo. And Raphael has played sparingly, but he's done a nice job when he's come in.
One of the player coming in the game for Barcelona.
As you see, the youngster that just came into the contest for FC Barcelona. They have their numbers on the pants, but can't quite see his number. And we'll get a chance to tell you his name in a moment. Going to be a free kick for FC Barcelona. Benitez is back into the contest for FC Barcelona, Antonio. Here's Delgado. Delgado now trying to operate with a number of defenders there, and he does get it by him, but Rangel is able to make the save. Sometimes as a keeper, you just want to make sure that you can see that soccer ball. You don't have your players shielding it. Coming down, here's Guerrero. Guerrero to try to near post, and he just couldn't quite get it inside. It angled away from that near post. Still 2-2 as we move to the midway part of the second half of action. Here's Moynihan, the sweeper, already scored a goal. We tie it up 2-2. A header there by Howard G. To the outside to Benitez. Antonio, nice move. Antonio still trying to dribble with a soccer ball, and he does. He wins it, but only for a brief moment as Josh Netter sends a pass intercepted. Here comes FC Barcelona. Again to the near side to Guerrera, but he left it and nobody was there. So Jordan Zion sends it down. And here's Oliva. Line drive towards midfield, intercepted. On the outside now. Filling the middle of the space is Rodriguez. He was bumped, but they say play on. 3 defenders back. And they send it to midfield. There's Delgado. Delgado kicking it off of Howard G. Throw in. Howard G. Stepping into space again and getting it out of play.
Go, Delmore.
Doesn't want to be standing around doing nothing. Players anticipating, active. Again. 2-2 your score. Rodriguez on the attack. Nice long ball played in the corner. Guerrera. And good defense on the play as Guerrera tried to make a move, but they marked him well on the play. On a header, try down the middle. Shot a save by Disney on his knees. Derek Disney on his knees, able to make the save on the try by Benitez. 2-2, still your score. The keepers, both teams, fearless, in fact. Able to stand up
Running in, Jordy.
against the onslaught of the offensive attack for either team. Now here's a set piece try. Off the corner, up in the air, quickly touched by Cesar, and he kicks it out of play. Be a throw-in now. Jordan Zion didn't get what he wanted out of it, so he'll run back and try and get into play against Rodriguez. And he left foots it back in the corner. Hustling is Ahumada. Victor now on the ball. He crosses it, and nobody there. He was looking for Delgado. On the counter try, Moynihan. Kept in, nicely done on the outside by the Sharks. Netter. Down the middle, Josh wanted a Almada there, but it was taken away by Delahook. On a counter try. Cesar Rodriguez and they're offsides. Benitez was offside.
2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes, Delmore.
Down to the closing minutes of the second half and of the game in regulation. Moynihan on the line drive, and it goes out. And a crowd for Barcelona making noise, trying to get their youngsters pumped up to maybe sneak a winning goal in here at a San Bernardino Soccer Complex in San Bernardino, California. CYSA South Complex for the State Cup every year. Remember, they'll play 2 10-minute overtime periods to try to settle the score if it's still tied when that double whistle is blown. Delahook, the throw in. A header in the 18-yard box, and there is that double whistle. End of regulation. Not uncommon so far today. And so now we will be back with 2 10-minute overtime sessions. The score is tied 2-2. Stick around. Action here, the 2 10-minute overtime periods here at the San Diego CYSA Soccer Complex, going from left to right. FC Barcelona and the Sharks going from right to left. And of course, that was the way it started off in the beginning of the contest. in the first half, the direction of the two teams. Pass forward to, of course, Ahumada, and it is kicked out of play now. Kicked out of play by FC Barcelona. Coming over there was a sweeper, Franco. Immediate corner, and it is kicked out. Ahumada, another try, and he'll get another corner kick, as that was touched by Guerrera. Another set piece try.
Oh, that's me.
La va a tirar.
Ahumada, and it is kicked onto the foot now. And another try there by the last moment by Wolfenson. But the defensive player was able to get it off his foot. Back the other way now. Coming out of middle, Delgado. Through ball, looking for Ahumada. And it is an offside violation. Going to be the free kick. Indirect free kick, and it is off the body of Moynihan, upfield. Now here's Ahumada trying to make a move, and it's kicked out quickly by Marco Franco. Franco not allowing the soccer ball to go past him. Here's the throw in now. Up in the air. Delgado tries to get to it, and there's a whistle. And again, it's going to be offside violation. Now here's the free kick. On the line drive. Nicely done there by Alcaraz. To the midfield. Nice header there by Parker Houston, not to let it go past into his own defensive half. And now it'll be a throw in. 2-2 here in overtime. CYSA boys under 9, only the second year of this happening. And the save is still on the soccer ball. Derek Disney. Nice job by Derek to stay with the soccer ball. Lots of traffic coming at him. To midfield, here's Curtis Delahook. Delahook, who scored a goal. And he scored one in the second half. Scored it on a corner kick. In the corner now. Delahook trying to get to it. Instead, his teammate does. Howard G goes past Delahook, and finally he gets it, kicks it out of play. The Sharks, a throw in. Zach Wolfenson. Right to Delahook, who gets it over there to netter. Or rather, not to netter, but to Howard G. Here's Ahumada trying to operate, but Delahook is there, but Delgado wins it. Zach Wolfenson, a shot and a save by Rangel. Rangel with the line drive. All the way down, and Disney comes off the line before Rodriguez can get to it. And he sends it back the other way on a counter. Here's Delahook. Nicely done there, as you saw the header by Zach Wolfenson. The ability to watch where the soccer ball is going and not be afraid. Use your head to keep it back the other direction.
Okay.
Ball is won by FC Barcelona in their own half. Here they go on a counter. But that was a try by Benitez, but following it up. Nicely done there by Guerrera. In the corner. Moynihan and his teammate, Bussy, is helping out, and Bussy kicks it out of play past the goal line. And they say it was last touch off FC Barcelona. You're going to have a substitution. Coming into the contest is Jordan Zion. Zion replacing Zach Wolfenson. Ryan Moynihan. The sweeper on a line drive. Moynihan, who scored a goal in his second half, making it 2-2. Ahumada trying to go. Now Ahumada wins it. Ahumada makes a nice move, going against another defender, and he's run out of the 18-yard box. Turns, still trying to keep it. Goes back to midfield now. Coming up into space nicely is Parker Houston. Reducing the size of the field. It was kicked out. Going to be a throw-in. Don Crease, Andre Delgado, the throw-in to the midfield. Now the middle off the foot of Howard G. To Delahook. Delahook can be dangerous. Delahook with speed. Delahook going against two defenders over there. Moynihan wins it. Sends it back upfield. Delgado still trying to swipe at it here in this first overtime period of only 10 minutes. Now back in the defensive half of FC Barcelona. Putting pressure there, of course, was Freddie Alcaraz, and you know his abilities in this contest. He almost single-handedly gave him a third goal in his second half. On a corner, up in the air. Keeping it in, nicely done by Howard G. Christian, good hustle on the play. It goes out. Going to be a throw-in now. Delmar Sharks. Looking up to the middle. Houston. And making the save is Rangel. Delahook almost decided to head it. He let it go past him. But fortunately, Rangel was right there. Sometimes that can work against you. If he was out of position, it would have been a goal. But it's not. 2-2, a throw-in to the outside. Far side of your picture here at George Landon Video Sports Production. Right here in San Bernardino with George on a camera. Delgado rolls across midfield. FC Barcelona on their big try here. Number 7, Benitez. Benitez tries to do something with it, but standing there was Houston. He says, I'll have none of that, as it goes out of play off of Benitez's foot. Moynihan with the goal kick. Moynihan on the line drive, the bounce. Due to the length of this game, it's unlikely that we'll have interviews after the contest. But I tell you what, these players have played great. And if you stay with us in the future, we'll get an interview with your youngsters, no doubt about it. And there's no doubt about it that these two teams are going to be seeing each other very much in the future. Here's a blast. Staying with it is Disney. Disney just going to the low side. He says, I'm going to make sure that I get my body in front of it. FC Barcelona in the corner now. Still applying pressure. Houston has to throw it in. Parker Houston, past Delgado. The foot of Alcaraz, but he can't win it. It's stolen away by Oliva to Benitez, but he ran out of space. Now here's their counterattack try. Moynihan can give it distance. He tees it up. Holding his hand up there is his striker down the middle. None other than Ahumada, and Ahumada using everything he's got to try to get to the soccer ball before the defender. He has it now in the corner, still dribbling. Gets it over to Alcaraz, and there's a whistle and an offside violation. So now we're going to have the free kick running down the last moments here in the first overtime session of this 2-2 championship boys under 9. And that's it. We will have the second 10-minute overtime. It is still tied 2-2 as we'll go into the second overtime period. So stick around.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks. And here we go. The sides are switched now. The Sharks will be going from left to right in your picture, and FC Barcelona will be going from right to left. Here in the second overtime, 2-2, still tied in a championship of the boys under 9, CYSA South. Undoubtedly, two of the best teams, and not only in the United States at this age group, but two of the best teams in the world at this age group. No doubt about it. Free kick coming up now. Moynihan is going to take it just past midfield. Orangel crouching. Striking the ball is Moynihan. Alcaraz, the touch. He can't get it on his left foot to continue. So back now to Moynihan, up in the air. Oliva. Verdugo into the contest now to start the second half. But here is Delgado. Delgado, a long blast, and Rangel makes the save. Whoever scores, it is second overtime period, and if it stands up, will win the game. If not, and it's still tied, they'll go into penalty kicks. The purists don't like that because the goalie really has no chance, especially at this age. Can't guess on which way they're going to kick it. And don't have that reaction ability also at this age. It's up to the striker in a penalty kicks, really. Doing it here, come down to Amato. Amato, it is try. Victor Ahumada tried to get it past Rangel, but he was being hounded by the marker, the defensive marker. Back the other way, Cesar Rodriguez stops, gives it to his teammate, and then it is headed out of the 18-yard box. The header, it comes down now as both of these youngsters are tired because you know they've been playing a lot of minutes, 50 minutes of soccer, and add 10 to the overtime out of 60 minutes of soccer. And even though they're substituted freely by Sheriff Zane and Jeff Ellingsworth, you still run into the fatigue factor. Pronounced Sheriff Zane. A little bit better on that one. A throw in for FC Barcelona. Ball is heading towards the near side now. Delahook comes to, of course, Netter, and Netter kicks it out of play. Delahook now on the line drive. In the middle now. To the far side, Moynihan will try to run it down. He does. Nice job by Moynihan. Keeping it in. Howard G. And he kicks it past the goal line, so it's now going to be a goal kick. Moynihan has it teed up for him by Derek Disney. Brian, a line drive. Headed up, or struck there by Guerrera to midfield now. Ahumada to the outside. Ahumada going around one defender, but he couldn't get around a second one in Marco Franco. And Franco kicks it out of play. Good positioning by Franco. Not allowing a chance for a cross or for the attacker to get around him. Beautiful to watch the defenders at this age play the game the way it should be played. And they've done a great job at it. And they're only going to get better and stronger and faster and wiser as they get older. Only the second time that they have had a state cup championship at this age bracket in the boys under 9. The Surf White lost, of course, to the Del Mar Sharks 3-0 in the first game. Paladors Blue lost to the Sharks 4-2. And then the SCSC Crusaders lost to the Sharks 2-0 in the semis. The Aztecs lost to FC Barcelona 8-0. Then Jusa lost 5-0 to FC Barcelona. And then the Celtics lost 1-0 to FC Barcelona. And FC now with a big set piece try. After the foul, Abraham Oliva teeing it up. Abraham strikes the soccer ball, a long drive, and a nice save by Derek Disney. Disney trying to get the defenders as they were trying to go back. And back now, hustling, Cesar Rodriguez coming into the space now. Here's Rodriguez. Cesar making a nice dribbling move. Cesar still on the ball, and he kicks it again, and a save by Disney. But coming over there to help out was Houston. Beautifully done, not allowing Cesar too much more space. Well, you like to see national players do that kind of effort. They don't do it. These youngsters already learned to do it. Coming down the middle. Down the middle, a shot by Howard G. Christian taking an opportunity in space. And now it's one of those things that when you get any kind of space, you got to try to take a shot if you're near. Coming out, this one kicked up in the air. Will it roll in? It won't. It just missed Victor Ahumada on the bounce. Everybody's hearts in their throats right there. And a soccer ball goes awry. Down the middle. Howard G to the outside. To Benitez. Benitez on a blast. A crossing pass. He just missed the near post. A try by Guerrera on a beautiful cross by Benitez. And Guerrero was there, but he just couldn't get it in. You see it at the big-time level just like that. And sometimes they won't be able to connect. But it's not because of lack of effort. You can see to the level that both of these sets of youngsters have been coached. Years and years of experience by their coaches. Played on the middle, coming down the middle. Delgado, Alcaraz, but a good defensive play. Here's Delahook. A line drive to the middle now. Howard G to the outside. Beautiful job done by Benitez. Could go around Houston, but he won't be able to outrun him as Houston is there. Parker Houston running as hard as he could to stay with Benitez after Benitez made the initial move around him. Just moments left here in overtime. And as you have been watching, both teams have been going up and down, trying to do whatever they can to try to get it in the net. Beautiful action here at the San Bernardino Soccer Complex. Not the only game played here at this beautiful complex. Number of fields, 17 to be exact, where the young people have just been laying it on the line. Corner kick. Josh Netter, set piece try. They've scored on a set piece try before. This one just misses as they almost got a foot on it and into the net. The strikers had the right idea. Redirect it. They just couldn't quite get enough of it. Here's Delahook. Down the middle on a long ball, so to speak, and hustling Guerrera. And looks like it's going to be a corner. It will. Good hustle by Guerrera. On a corner, in the middle now, but Alcaraz has it and kicks it out. Throw in, FC Barcelona, 2-2 here in the second overtime. heading towards the penalty kicks, unless somebody could put it in the net. Saved by Disney. On a line drive. Delahook to the near side. The double whistle, and that ends the second overtime period. And this one will have to be settled in penalty kicks. Not the purest way of doing it, but that's the way this championship in the boys under 9 here at the CYSA Soccer Complex in San Bernardino will be settled. We'll be back with that action in just a moment. Here we are with penalty kicks. After the 2 overtime sessions, it was still tied 2-2. Marco Franco will take it. Marco Franco scores, and FC Barcelona has the first one in a penalty kick scenario. Del Mar Sharks now. It'll be, of course, Dan Chris Andre Delgado. And Delgado will try and tie it up. The best 5 players try their shots. Against Luis Rangel. And he left foots it in. Dan Chris Delgado ties it up for the Sharks. It is now an opportunity here for Curtis Delahook, who scored a corner kick goal during regulation, to try to give FC the 2-1 lead. He's left-footed. And he scores. Disney, a great try in the upper part, but again, it's based on the striker. He took the gas and tried to get up in the air. Curtis Delahook gives them the 2-1 lead, but now here's an opportunity to tie it. Freddie Alcaraz. Luis Rangel, the shorter of the 2 keepers. Too high. Freddie Alcaraz. The miss. And it hurts. That's why the purists don't really like the penalty kicks. 2-1. Here's Abraham Oliva. The right marking back during the contest. And he scores. Oliva, 3-1.
Go number 6.
And now the Sharks are in a situation where everybody has to score. They need to miss. Victor Ahumada. Victor does not get it.
How many people kick? How many people kick for each team?
They say, okay, well, now we have.
Oh, yes.
The goalie cannot move, and maybe center ref John Buckley saying he did move. So Victor Ahumada is going to get another try at it. Cannot move until the ball is struck. Ahumada. And with a second try, Ahumada makes it 3-2. Sharks down by a goal as FC Barcelona on their 4th try here.
Let's go, goalie. What's his name?
Cesar Rodriguez.
I think you're right. Let's go, Disney.
Cesar Rodriguez diving Disney to his right, but he couldn't get it. And that assures him right there of it being a tie in PKs. Brian Moynihan has to make this one, though. Otherwise, they will not win.
Let's go, Brian.
Moynihan scored a goal in regulation. And they're going to take Rangel out, and it's going to be Guerrera. Guerrera is going to go in against Moynihan. Moynihan has to make this one. He gets it up in the air and jumping up and down. Is it going to be illegal? They're still pointing, and hold on, John Buckley. Radulescu says that it was not official, as jumping up and down was Guerrera, and it constituted as leaving. And so now another try. Moynihan will have another opportunity. The linesman made a call, and the call was one of an illegal movement by the goalie. And so now Moynihan will have the next try. He still has another shot at it. Illegal movements have cost him now, and it could cost him again. But then again, it could end the contest. Moynihan down on the ground, not getting it in the air. Maybe a wise decision. 4-3. FC Barcelona leads. Antonio Benitez with the try for FC.
Let's go, Disney.
His shot is a save by Disney. Disney reached out to the right and got his hand on Benitez's shot.
He moved forward. He moved forward.
And now,
No forward. No, he moved. Oh, he was supposed to be standing.
One-on-one.
Josh Nitter. Here's the try. 4-3. And Netter gets it in, and it's tied after PKs. 4-4 now. Coming out to do it now is Howard G. For FC Barcelona, Christian.
Let's go, Disney.
Puts it in the corner and gets the goal. Five to 4.
This is 1-1. The game's over. So,
Correction on it, 1-1 now. Alternating kicks. Each player has to equal if the other player scores. Parker Houston. Houston gets it in. Still tied. Alternating kicks. They've gone past the 5-player deal, and
Oh, it was only supposed to be 5 players?
and now it's going to be Rangel. He misses. Rangel misses, and now Del Mar Sharks have an opportunity.
Referee! No saben ni qué está.
Del Mar Sharks right here with an opportunity as they were down at 1 point, 4-2 in penalty kicks. And now Derek Disney has the opportunity to win the championship against Rangel. Keeper against keeper. Yeah! He goes into that! And the Del Mar Sharks have won a championship of the Boys Under 9 State Cup 2001. Derek Disney taking the shot as a goalie and winning against the goalie for FC Barcelona. Not a very popular way of winning a championship or any soccer game for that match, but that's how they've decided to do it. And the Del Mar Sharks are your winners here in 2001. And they will get an automatic bid to play in the Surf Cup right there in our hometown of Del Mar, California, down in San Diego County. We hope you enjoyed all the action of this Boys Under 9 State Cup 2001 championship play. The penalty kicks, the overtime, and the alternating kicks, and you'll see the awards being given out to all the youngsters for both teams. Greg Porter is saying, take care and God bless, and we'll hopefully see you again next time.